Have you ever wondered where automatic gratuities go on your cruise and who they impact the most? Gratuities are added to almost every cruise bill, but few passengers know how these tips are divided up amongst the crew or what happens when they're removed. Today we're uncovering the hidden world of cruise gratuities and taking a closer look at what they mean for the people working behind the scenes. Hey y'all, I'm Evan with Family at Sea, where we help make every cruise unforgettable. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most hotly debated topics in cruising, automatic gratuities. We'll break down some surprising facts and insights that might change the way you look at gratuities, including how compensation works for crew members, the role gratuities play in overall crew earnings, and ways to show appreciation during your cruise. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of what the cruise lines don't tell you about automatic gratuities. So if you're ready, I am. Let's go. Guys, before we jump into the meat of this conversation, I just want to share a little bit about where I got the information for this video. We've been very fortunate to cruise all around the world on all sorts of different cruise ships and cruise lines and meet some truly incredible crew members along the way. Some of those crew members we've met, we've even befriended on Facebook, and we've been able to stay in touch with them well after our journey on the cruise ship was over. So I reached out to a few of them and said, hey, I'm making a video on automatic gratuities. I know that's a hotly debated thing. I'm sure you guys have feelings about this. What would you think about possibly letting me interview you to get your feelings about things? And much to my surprise, or maybe more like much to my gratitude, all the ones that I talked to were happy to do it. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I learned from them, how they feel about things, and what are the things you can do to make sure we're bringing the most value to those crew members. So with that out of the way, let's get back to it. When you're on a cruise, every part of your experience is made possible by a team of dedicated crew members working around the clock. From fresh towels in your cabin to a perfect dinner setup, the crew's hard work is everywhere. But have you ever wondered how they're compensated for creating such a seamless vacation? On many US-based cruise lines, part of the answer lies in automatic gratuities. These are standard charges added to each passenger's onboard account, essentially acting as a way to tip the crew. Cruise lines often set a daily amount per passenger, usually between $14 and $20, depending on the line and cabin type. For a family of 4, this could add up to around $80 a day. This gratuity amount is pooled and distributed among the crew members who make your trip enjoyable, covering both the staff you interact with daily, like your room steward and dining team, but also those working behind the scenes to keep the ship running smoothly. Pooling these gratuities helps ensure that all crew members who contribute to your experience receive fair compensation. But how do these automatic gratuities fit into a crew member's overall income? To understand that, let's look closer at how cruise line crew members are compensated. Many cruise ship crew members receive a relatively low base salary, sometimes only a few dollars an hour. This base pay, while guaranteed, is often designed with the expectation that gratuities will make up the difference, allowing crew members to reach a livable income. For roles like cabin stewards and dining staff, gratuities can account for a large part of their earnings, sometimes making up as much as half or more of their total pay. The pay structure often includes a guaranteed minimum, which covers their base salaries if gratuities don't reach that amount. However, if gratuities do exceed the guaranteed base, the cruise line may adjust their own contribution, meaning that a significant portion of a crew member's take-home pay still depends on these tips. This setup allows the crew to earn more when passengers are generous with gratuities, but can lead to lower pay if gratuities are reduced. Additionally, gratuities are pooled and shared across various departments so that crew members who contribute behind the scenes also benefit. Housekeeping staff, kitchen teams, and other support roles may not interact directly with passengers, but still play a critical role in ensuring a smooth guest experience. Pooling gratuities helps ensure fair compensation for all crew members involved in delivering that experience. Understanding this system shows that gratuities are not just a bonus, they're essential to how crew members support themselves and their families. This reliance on gratuities makes these contributions a vital part of their compensation structure, directly impacting their overall income. So what happens if automatic gratuities are removed? Although crew members receive a guaranteed minimum salary, this amount is often set with the expectation that their earnings will go beyond their base pay thanks to gratuities. For many, crew member gratuities make up a large portion of their total income. When passengers choose to remove these automatic gratuities, it means the crew may receive only their minimum guaranteed pay. This can have a significant impact as crew members rely on gratuities to support themselves and their families. For those working directly with passengers, like cabin stewards and dining staff, it might be possible to make up some of the difference through direct cash tips. However, many other crew members who also depend on gratuities don't have this option. Positions like housekeeping, kitchen staff, and maintenance teams play essential roles in making each cruise experience seamless, but they don't interact with passengers directly. For them, pooled gratuities are a crucial part of their income, and reducing these tips means they have no way to make up the lost earnings. In short, when gratuities are reduced or removed, it's not just the guest-facing crew members who feel it, it affects the entire team who contribute behind the scenes, often limiting their income to the guaranteed minimum. This minimum pay was never intended to be the full compensation. It's the gratuities that make up the difference, providing a livable wage for all crew members. Now that we see the importance of gratuities and supporting the crew, let's look at some other ways passengers can show their appreciation if they do want to go above and beyond. Before we dive into this next section, if you enjoy these more in-depth looks at cruising topics, or if this has been helpful for you, subscribing is the easiest way to stay connected and make sure YouTube keeps sending you more cruise content like this. Plus, it lets me know these insights are valuable to you, so I can keep creating content that helps you get the most out of your cruising experience. So with that out of the way, let's get back to it. While automatic gratuities are the most common way to tip on US-based cruises, there are other ways to show appreciation if you want to go above and beyond for exceptional service. One popular option is direct tipping. Some passengers choose to hand a cash tip directly to crew members who've provided outstanding service, like a favorite cabin steward or a server who's gone the extra mile. While this is not possible for all crew members who rely on gratuities, this personal touch can be very meaningful to crew members who do receive them, as it acknowledges their hard work in a direct and personal way. Another thoughtful gesture is bringing small gifts from home. Some passengers bring items like snacks, toiletries, or other small tokens to show their gratitude. Gifts are often a welcome surprise, especially since crew members spend months at sea and may not have easy access to personal items from home. It's a nice way to add a personal touch to your appreciation, especially for those who prefer a different approach to tipping. These alternatives allow passengers to personalize their gratitude while still showing support for the crew members who work hard to make each cruise memorable. But no matter how you choose to show your appreciation, it's important to understand how important these contributions are for the people working behind the scenes. When it comes to gratuities on cruises, passengers have a range of opinions. Some see gratuities as a fair way to ensure the hardworking crew members receive recognition, while others feel uncertain about automatic charges and prefer more control over tipping. For many cruisers, especially those new to US-based cruise lines, the concept of automatic gratuities can be surprising. Unlike traditional tipping where you decide the amount at the end of a meal or service, these charges are built into the experience, and some passengers feel it takes away the personal element of tipping. On the other hand, many passengers appreciate that automatic gratuities remove the guesswork, ensuring that all crew members, even those behind the scenes, receive a fair share. This pooled approach is often seen as a more reliable way to support the team, especially on a large ship where many crew members work in areas passengers may never see. There are also those who view automatic gratuities as a necessary convenience, an easy way to recognize everyone's hard work without having to manage tips on their own. It's a structured system that, for many, makes budgeting easier and ensures fair compensation for all who contribute to the cruise experience. These mixed feelings highlight that while gratuities may be automatic, they're not always straightforward for every passenger. And while opinions may vary, understanding the role these gratuities play can reveal something important about their true impact on their crew and the cruise experience as a whole. While we may not always agree with how cruise lines structure gratuities, the crew relies heavily on them as part of their income. Reducing or removing gratuities doesn't impact the cruise line itself, it directly affects the individual crew members who work long hours to create a great experience for each guest. These are the same crew members who make sure your room is spotless, who serve you with a smile in the dining room, and who work tirelessly behind the scenes to make every detail of your cruise go smoothly. When gratuities gratuities are removed, it's the crew who feel the impact, as their overall earnings often fluctuate depending on how passengers handle these charges. And for many crew members, these gratuities are essential to supporting their families back home. Cruise lines designed the system with the expectation that tips will be part of the crew's compensation, making gratuities more of a necessity than a luxury for the team on board. So while it's understandable to feel conflicted about the policy, choosing to leave gratuities in place is one way to support the crew directly. It's an act of appreciation that helps ensure they're fairly compensated for their hard work and dedication. And when you remove those automatic gratuities, you're not hurting the cruise lines, you're only hurting the crew. If you're looking for ways to save some serious cash on your next cruise, maybe to show even more gratitude to the crew, be sure to check out the link above for my video on the biggest cruise ripoffs to avoid. It's packed with tips to help you sidestep unnecessary expenses and keep more money in your pocket for the things you'll really enjoy. And if you found this video helpful, a like and a subscribe would not only be truly appreciated, it'll help ensure more great cruising content comes your way. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, smooth seas and happy sails on your next cruising adventure. Bon voyage!